after fees, and sometimes into the double digits, into like 10% after fees. So if you don't have, and of course, to be in the fund, you have to have a lot more. But if you're doing this for yourself, if you don't have at least 10,000 to invest, what are you really going to make on your money? Let's say you get 10,000 invested and you're making 10% on that. Well, you're making $1,000. All right. So if you don't have at least $10,000 to invest, then you need a way to start saving money effectively so that you could save more money to invest. And you know what? The perfect way that I found is with an infinite banking, what I call an infinite banking policy, where you could be your own bank. It's actually a life insurance policy. So you're buying yourself life insurance, plus you're building a cash reserve that is earning interest and dividends. And what you earn is guaranteed. And you can take that money and use it as collateral to borrow against that and invest that money. So your money is actually making interest. It's making a profit twice. Okay. So that's the best way that I found. As a matter of fact, I like it so much that I actually became a licensed agent to sell these policies. And the first thing I did is write my own policy. All right, because of the beauty of this policy and how it works. So that's the first thing. If you don't have enough money to invest and to make money at it, then start saving money in a way that you can save money. And not only for tax lien investing, like let's say you wanted to buy a car, and over the next 5 years in my policy, now I'm not putting away a lot of money a month in this policy, very small amount, under 500 a month, and I think I'm going to increase it to 500 a month. Right now, I'm only putting into this policy about $350 a month, and some of that is going into the insurance policy, and some of it is going into my cash value. So with putting away that little bit, I'm not putting away a lot into it. So over the next 10 years, I'll have maybe over the next 5 years, I'll have over 10,000 in it. Okay. But let's say I was putting more. Let's say I was putting $500 a month or $1,000 a month into that policy. And let's say I wanted to buy a car in 5 years and I had 20,000 that I could borrow from that policy. And I went out and I bought myself a car. And instead of getting, or maybe 25,000 or 30,000 in the policy, and I went and used that and bought myself the new car. All right. Now, in 5 years, let's say I paid myself back into the policy, just like I was paying a car payment. And in 5 years, I still have all my money and I have a new car. Now, if I used typical financing, I would be paying all that money out plus more because I'm paying interest. And in 5 years, I'd have the car, but I wouldn't have my money. All right. So that's the difference between using an infinite banking policy and doing it the conventional way. All right. So that's what I love about it. And that's why now I am a licensed agent for these policies. So here's what I suggest. If you're interested in being your own bank and having an infinite banking policy, if you need to make more money to invest in tax liens or tax deeds, then send me an email at info@TaxLienLady.com and let me know that you're interested in finding out more about an infinite banking policy. And I will send you a link to a webinar that I did with an expert in this area, so that you could learn more about it. And then if you think that's something for you, we can schedule a time to talk. All right. Now, what if you have more than that to invest? Then now is a really good time to start investing in tax liens. And if you have between 10,000, hi, Tenny, good to see you here this morning. Just send an email to info@TaxLienLady.com. And for those of you who already sent me an email at info@TaxLienLady.com and said you're interested in the infinite banking policy, I will get back to you with a link to to that webinar that I just told you about. Okay, for those of you who have more than 10,000 to invest, if you have between 10,000 and 100,000, then that is when it's a good time to get invested in tax liens. You could use tax liens like I do instead of the stock market, right? I'm not tied to the stock market. If I'm invested in tax liens, I don't worry about, speculative investments like the stock market or like crypto or the economy. Anything tied to the economy, it really doesn't matter because you're getting whatever interest rate you're getting on your tax liens, you're still going to get, okay, regardless of what happens in the economy. But here's the thing, you really have to know what you're doing, because can you lose money with tax lien investing? Yes, if you don't know what you're doing. And I understand people that want to do it and haven't done it yet. Well, find a coach, find a mentor, and pay them to help you so that you don't lose money. I don't care if you use me or somebody else, but get help, okay? All right. Then if you have $10,000, if you have $100,000 or more to invest in tax liens and you want to do it passively, you don't want to learn how to do it, but you want an expert to do it for you, you can invest with a tax lien investing fund. The fund that I'm a manager of, the only way to have me do it for you is to join the fund, to be and it is a limited partnership. You're actually buying shares of an LLC when you join the fund. The difference between doing it yourself and having a fund do it for you is that you lose the control when you're in a fund. All right, it's the fund managers that make all the decisions, and everything is in the name of the fund. In this case, the LLC, the limited partner that invests. Okay, so that's the difference. If you're interested, if you're an accredited investor and you're interested in doing it passively, having somebody else do all the work for you, then send an email to documents with an S, it's plural, documents at TaxLien Fund LP, and tell them that you heard me talk about it and that you're interested and that you are an accredited investor and you'd like to find out more. Because they get a lot of spam requests, so they don't know who to respond to. But if you told them that you already talked to me, they will. My job as a manager of this fund is to go out and buy liens, to go out and buy profitable liens. That's my job. I'm not the onboarding person. I'm not the marketing person, and I'm not the financial person that knows all the financial end of what you need to be, what you need to do to get into the fund. So that's why you need to send an email to documents at taxlienfundlp.com in order to get more information on the fund. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me early in the morning. And I'll see you tomorrow, by the way, at 2 p.m. I do Ask the Tax Lien Lady Live. So if you have questions for me, bring them tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. I believe that's 11 a.m. Pacific time. And I will be here Wednesday and Thursday morning at 9:30. So I'll see you then with more tax lien investing tips. Have a wonderful day.